You have been living in a cycle for so long. You have been trapped and have been running on a wheel endlessly. And you're probably wondering, why haven't you been able to go a different way or get off the wheel or be able to live a mystery every day? But instead, every day is the same. You do the same thing every day. You say you want to do stuff, but you don't do it. You're working for somebody else. You're waking up 6 a.m., whatever time you're waking up. You're doing everything for somebody else, but not for you. You're not going nowhere in life. You're not elevating. You're not realizing that what you're doing is just keeping you in one box. When you're trying to go to this box, you're trying to go to this box, you're trying to go everywhere. You're trying to be everywhere. You're trying to be universal. You want people to know you for being universal. You want to be everywhere. You want that. But instead, you're trapped. But it's not like somebody's forcing you to be trapped. It's more so that you're trapping yourself indirectly and directly. Now, what do I mean by all this? Like, you clicked on the video, you're probably like, what is this guy chatting about? Well, welcome to the real world, man. Welcome. That's majority of people's lives. People are in a cycle. They're in the same cycle. They're never prestiging to the next level. They're never. It's not like, when Call of Duty, when you made it to max level, and then you can prestige 1, 2, 3, 4. Nobody gets it to prestige 1. Nobody. They don't get that chance. They don't. Some people don't even get a chance to even make it to level 55 and max that out. You know what I'm saying? It's only the 1% that gets to prestige master and level 1000 and who has dark matter. I had to use that as an example. If you don't know what I mean, then I guess you didn't have a childhood. But I'm just saying, not everybody gets to that point. A lot of people are, and let me give you something even better. Some people get to prestige 1, but then they reset their stats. So now they're back to where they were at. So you just did all that just to go right back to where you want to be. Where you didn't want to be, actually, because you did the work, but now you just ruined it by just going backwards. You're in a cycle. You have to break the cycle. You have to identify. See, this is what happens when you're self-aware, right? When you're self-aware, you understand that you can't do certain things. You can't do it like this. But when you're not self-aware and you're not understanding your environment, what you're doing, why you do certain things, then you're gonna end up in a cycle, right? And I just became a boiler mechanic, right? I don't know anything, but obviously I'm getting there. But it's it's not even about the job, but it's about in the morning, right? I see everybody. Everybody looks dead. Everybody just looks like a zombie, right? And it's like it's a cycle, right? It is a cycle, right? Every day it's the same thing. It's like you see the same people every day. It's a cycle. That lifestyle is a cycle, right? Your habits are a cycle. What you do on a day-to-day basis is a cycle. How you live your life is a cycle. What you think is everything that you do in your life is a cycle. But you don't want it to be a cycle. You shouldn't want to live in a cycle, because a cycle is something that repeats itself over and over and over again. You should want to be living a mystery. And you're probably like, why would I want to be living a mystery? Because I wouldn't know what's to come. And that's the beauty of the mystery, right? And let me tell you how mysteries work, right? When you do something that you want to do, right? When you get to the place you want to be in life, life becomes a mystery because now you have all this freedom and all this power on your life to the point where like you can wake up the next day and be like, yo, I want to do this. Because the thing about a mystery is like you don't know what you're gonna do the next day. So it's a mystery because you don't know what to do. And then when you wake up and figure it out, you're like, oh shoot, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna travel to this place, and it's gonna be so rewarding because it's like you can do that, right? But you're in a place where every day is the same, so you know you don't really have nothing you're looking forward to, right? Because you just know that your Tuesday is gonna be the same thing like Wednesday, you know, and then the next week Monday is gonna be the same thing for the following Monday. Like it's just the same thing. You're in a cycle. Nothing is exciting in your life, right? I don't want to live a life where I know my future. Or you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm the Flash. You know what I'm saying? Like I run to the timeline, I see what's up, and then boom. That's basically what it is. It's like every day you're living in your present. And what I mean by that, since you're in a cycle, right? Your tomorrow is gonna be your present because you're in a cycle because nothing changes in your life. So yeah, it's your future because the day hasn't happened yet. But at the same time, it's gonna still be your present because you're not changing in life. You see what I'm saying? Your future is your present, right? And then eventually it becomes your past. But then I would argue that's not even your past because you're still doing the same thing. So it's still your present, right? You nothing becomes a past or a future if you're still living the same life. Nothing becomes your past or your future because you're living the same life. See, now let me tell you this, right? Say like, okay, you got what you want. Then it's like everything that you do in your present stays in that present, and then your future is going to be something new because you got to the point where you can do that. You can do new things. You can be new. You can create new things. And then it's like, then eventually that becomes your past because there's always going to be something else, some other mystery you're going to end up doing that you don't even know. And that's the beauty of life. You got to understand that you're in a cycle that needs to be stopped, right? You need to stop that cycle of being the same and being just living in a you're in an illusion. You're not even in an illusion because it's happening. It's real. That's what you're living. Why do you do this to yourself? Why are you like willingly doing this to yourself? Why do you want to live a life where there's no change? There's no change. You're stagnant. You're consistent, but in a bad way. See, we always talk about being consistent in a good way, but consistency can be rewarded in a bad result. You can be disciplined in a bad profession. And majority of people are disciplined, but in the wrong things. You could be disciplined in smoking weed. You could be disciplined in drinking alcohol. That's not good though, right? So, and like I said, those two things I just listed, that's a cycle. Because once you do something and then you fall in love with it, then it becomes a daily habit. And what do daily habits become? A cycle. And I'm telling you, whatever you do in your life, you have to be self-aware. But like, why am I doing this? What's the purpose? Okay, well, if this is why I want to do it, then, you know, what's the side effects about it? I'm curious. You know, is this something I can see myself doing every day? You know, and like I said, there's certain cycles that could stay in place, like education. You know, staying educated. That's a cycle you will always want to keep around because, you know, who doesn't want to be educated every day? You know what I'm saying? So certain cycles can stay in place, and you know, but it's like those certain things that don't get you nowhere need to be just executed. It just needs to just disappear because otherwise you're not gonna win. You're not gonna go nowhere, right? You need to go somewhere. You need to get outside. You need to do something different. You need to think. You need to understand your brain, your body, your thoughts, your whys, you gotta understand this. You gotta change your cycle Create a new cycle. Every day needs to be a new cycle. Yet, like I said, certain things in your cycle can stay the same, but you need a new cycle every day. You can't be in one cycle. You need to be all over the place. Not all over the place in a way like you don't know what you're doing, but in a place where it gets the job done. It's established. And that's why I said it needs to be a mystery, because it needs to, because who doesn't want excitement? Who doesn't want to, oh damn, I wonder what I'm gonna do next week. I figure it out. Right? Like, I find something to do. Say something that comes up out of nowhere. But majority of people's lives are just the same. They know what they're gonna do on Saturday. They know what they're gonna do on Sunday. They know what's coming on Monday, work. They know what's coming on Tuesday, work. They know what's coming on Wednesday, work. They know what's coming on Thursday, work. They know what's coming on Friday, work. They know. But guess what? That's their life. From the age, maybe whatever, like it could be from the age 15 to 70, 60. Like, people be doing this, bro. And that's a bad cycle. Because you don't have a life. Right? I know you're watching this video like, damn, I do have cycles that I need to destroy, and I do have cycle video cut off, but I'm gonna wrap it up anyways. Like, you just gotta understand that you're in a cycle and you need to get out of it. Get out of it fast. Now, like I said, if the cycle is rewarding to your life, then there's no need to panic or, obviously change things up. But obviously, you still want to improve and want to go to a different type of, living process or whatever. You get the point. Like, you can find something else to add into your cycle or whatever you want to do. But for those who are in this box and you're just living in it, staying in it, not going nowhere, you're not even curious about what it looks like outside the box. Like, are you not curious? So, for those, you need to get out. You need to get out, because if you don't, what was the point of being born? What was the point of being here? What was the point? You see what I'm saying? There's no point, because you're telling yourself there's no point. I'm not telling you there's no point. I'm just saying your actions and the way you're moving it's an indicator that there's no point. You have no mission. Find your mission. Find it.